Okay. Hey, Stephanie, how are you?
Great. How are you?
Thank you so much for taking your time on your busy day. I know our schedules are jammed, and I really appreciate you taking the time to do this podcast for me and for my followers and for our community of restructuring attorneys and just like midlifers. It is the Pivot Playbook, and I'm really happy to have you. I've seen you in our community, but I don't, this is the first time I'm talking to you. So I'm really anxious to hear about your story and your work and just some of your thoughts about different things in life. So, without further ado, tell me who you are and what you do.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be a part of it. I've been a member of I guess, a certified lawyer in the club for a long time, and I think it's a great organization. And
Mhm.
I'm thrilled that, we're holding the bar high for our profession. I think that that's really important.
Absolutely.
So a little bit about me. I am a midlifer. Like you said,
Okay.
I have
Yeah.
been practicing. This is my 20th year of practice now that we're in 2026. Um,
Yeah.
and I am a lawyer at Trenam Law. Trenam Law is about a 100 lawyer full service business law firm here in sunny Tampa, Florida.
Mhm.
I am part of our bankruptcy and creditors rights group, and I focus my practice on creditors' rights. So I'm a creditors lawyer. I mostly represent banks, other financial institutions, judgment creditors, and commercial landlords, but I also do some fiduciary work
Okay.
and some sticky title litigation type work and real estate litigation as well.
Okay. You were recently inducted, well, I guess was it 2024 into the American College of Bankruptcy?
I think it was 24.
2024. All right.
No, it was 24.
Yeah, which is a big deal, and I'll get into that. So congratulations on that. And
You.
it speaks volumes about you, how you operate in your career and with your work. So you're one of the that's one of the reasons we wanted to definitely get in front of you. So in terms of your firm, you said it's about a 100-person firm. What would, and you focus on banks and do mainly creditor work, but a variety of different types of work in our field. What do you think makes your firm unique or your practice unique? Do you have an industry niche other than banks? Is there any other kind of industry niche?
I mean, what I think makes Trenum unique is really our commitment to the local community. So we're based in Tampa. We also have an office in St. Petersburg and in Sarasota, but we're really committed to the community and the growth of our community in Tampa Bay generally.
Mhm.
And that's what's one of my favorite things about the firm and why I've been at the firm for 18 years is because the people are wonderful. And it's more than just a law firm. It's a family, and it's a
Mhm.
family that's committed to the growth of Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is experiencing kind of a hyper growth mode,
Mhm.
and it's important for us to be representing those businesses that are growing, creating jobs in our community.
Awesome. Are you from Tampa or
I am.
Florida?
I'm a Tampa
Okay.
girl.
Okay, awesome. Who is an ideal client for you?
The ideal client for me, I think, is either a financial institution or a commercial landlord. But I also love doing buyer work. Um,
Okay.
there's a lot of opportunities to buy assets, as you know, out of bankruptcy, and be creative. And so I think that's kind of what I really love to do in the bankruptcy space.
Yeah, awesome. How did you get into bankruptcy work?
A very strange story, I suppose. I was in law school at Loyola New Orleans in 2005 when Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, and we all had to leave, and I came home to Tampa. And the law school in Tampa Bay is Stetson.
Okay.
I was about 4 weeks into the semester, and so I was able to take classes. They were very kind to me, but I was only able to take the classes that were still a bit like still had openings that weren't
Yeah.
fully committed. And bankruptcy with Judge Alexander Pasquet was one of them.
Uh-huh.
So I took his class, and he was very kind to tutor me, get me up to speed. I never heard of bankruptcy. And
Mhm.
I went to his chambers, and then he asked me to intern for him.
Mhm.
And then he helped me get a clerkship in the bankruptcy court out of law school
Okay.
with Kathy McEwen and Judge Mike
Which,
Williamson,
which bankruptcy court is that?
Middle District of Florida, Tampa Division.
Okay.
So
That's
out of law school, I clerked for 2 years,
oh, wonderful.
two different bankruptcy judges,
Mhm.
and I guess I've never really looked back. That's how I got into it, kind of fell into it.
What did you study undergrad?
Business. But
Okay.
it made sense, right?
What did you do
Bankruptcy,
undergrad?
business reorg. I went to Tulane for undergrad.
Okay. I love New Orleans. I want to
I
get
do.
back there. I haven't been there in like 25 years.
I haven't been there in a while, but I'm going for my 20th law school reunion in
Oh,
2020.
wonderful.
So
Awesome. That's awesome.
humbling. That's a humbling number.
Yeah. We had my 25-year reunion at Villanova, which is where I went outside Philly
Oh, very
last
cool.
summer. Yeah, and then like 3 weeks later, I took my son to a football camp there. He's a senior in high school, and one thing led to another. He's gonna play football at Villanova.
Oh my
Next,
gosh, that's
yeah,
amazing.
he got a bunch of offers, but it's like a dream come true. So I actually get to go this weekend and spend all weekend, my whole family, and meet the team, the coaches, and I'm
Oh
excited.
my gosh,
Yeah,
that's
it's a
amazing.
reunion.
What a
Yeah,
great.
I met someone at the reunion that knew the head coach, and I was like, oh well, I'm gonna send him an email. Not the head coach, but the person that my friend
Sure,
knew.
sure, sure.
And so when Jackson showed up, they were like, "Is Jackson Kramer here?" I was like, "It's just funny because there's serendipity and synchronicities. I
Sure,
think
it's like and it's a full circle moment, right?
yeah. Do you have kids as well, or
I
no?
do. I have two
Yeah.
boys.
Uh-huh.
I have a freshman in high school and
Okay.
I have a sixth grader.
Okay. What do they like to do?
So my big one is a golfer
Okay.
and he plays the guitar. And
Okay.
my younger son is plays every single sport. Like
Oh,
every season,
okay.
I'm a professional spectator.
Oh my God.
I have like one of those cushy chairs in the back of my car for the
Okay.
bleachers, and all I do is today he has a basketball game, and then tomorrow
Yeah.
he has football, and then well, he plays flag football, and then he plays golf, and he's mostly a soccer player,
Okay.
but
And
he
what
does
did you play?
all the things.
What did
Me,
you play?
I ran. Uh,
Okay.
and that was, I mean, I was on the basketball team, but I'm 5'2", so
Okay. Yeah.
I was on the team. I wouldn't say I was a player.
My children are a little bit older. I have 18 and then 16. My daughter's a junior, so senior, junior, and then I have an 8-year-old. She's in second grade. But yeah, I'm so glad I don't have they're all down on one sport. I don't have to do any of that carb and Jackson is basically done for the year. So I got this gift from Target. It says in my era,
I
which
love that.
I literally bought a couch, a sectional, and I sit on it. So like I actually can sit and watch TV for the first time in a long, like 15 years. So I sit on that couch and watching Netflix, and
Living your best life. I love that
yeah,
for you. I aspire to be that way, but
it,
not today.
it's so rough when they're doing all those sports,
It's
and
so much.
you don't realize it, but it's all good. It's all good until you're
It's
out of it.
fun. We're
Um,
having fun with it.
that's awesome. Um, Tell me about a memorable client engagement if you can think of one.
Gosh, I think my most memorable client engagement would have to be it's probably a really long time ago at this
Yeah.
point, maybe over a decade, but it
Oh,
was a fraud case where I represented the family of a old older woman who had was blind and had been defrauded out of her entire life savings by
uh,
a guy, and we chased him and
yeah,
chased him and chased him and chased him, and ultimately we were able to recover, sadly not for her because she had passed
yeah.
in the
Sure.
process, but for her family, recover all the assets that he had purchased in his name with her life savings.
Yeah, that is awesome.
And, just felt like
Mhm.
we were doing right
Mhm.
by that woman. And I will say that felt great. But what I do now, so I have this amazingly wonderful practice that I'm grateful for in the insolvency world, but I also serve in a completely different side of my practice. I
Mm.
serve as general counsel to the Diocese of St. Petersburg, which is
Wow.
like a diocese of 5 counties, Catholic diocese.
Uh,
And I
yeah.
represent all the schools in that diocese, and there's a lot of them. And
Yeah.
I actually really think that that's my favorite thing to do right now, which has nothing to do with insolvency law, but helping our schools navigate um, every issue, every not for profit has the same issues that a lot of the same issues that a
Yeah.
for-profit business has. So I serve
Yeah.
as general counsel in that capacity for that client, and that's I think probably a really rewarding piece of my practice that has developed over the last
Yeah.
5 years.
I love that. I can hear that you're very purpose driven. And I love that. And I can just by talking to you, and that is, I think, one of the unique things about this practice is there's definitely elements of, public service. I mean, you're saving companies, saving jobs, saving marriages, and it's very high. I do a lot of debtor work, and
Mm.
it can be very stressful. I mean, it's like, ugh, it's very risky.
Emotional, very emotional.
Yes. And one of the other things I love that for the younger lawyers that might be listening is that you've diversified your practice. So it's not just one type of law, one type of client, and you've got a whole other thing that you can do because it is draining work, even if you're on the creditor side, to do something completely different. I love that. I do too. I do too. I do some, I'm not going to talk about it here, but I do something completely different. Having to do with Italian citizenship. I'm half Italian.
I
And
love that.
yeah, my mother is Italian.
I'm gonna have
And
to talk to you about that because my husband's Italian and we were gonna
really?
that whole thing. But anyways, I'll talk to you about that offline.
Yeah, it's so fun to just like completely shift gears and do
Yeah,
something that's like,
and it makes you a better lawyer, right? Doing the general counsel work that I do is kind of similar to bankruptcy, right? What I love about bankruptcy is that it touches every type of business. It's industry agnostic. You learn more different areas of law touch bankruptcy than any other practice that I can think of, right?
yeah,
You
yeah,
learn about PACA when you have Packers and Stockyard Act too, when you have an ag case. You learn
mhm.
about, the other day, I had a mulch case. I now know more about how mulch is made and how you have to dye it with food coloring dye, like
Okay.
food grade dye, because they put it on playgrounds and kids could eat it.
Right.
Learn like I did a sausage factory, literally sausage
Okay.
one time.
Okay.
So you
Yeah.
have all these cases that are all these different areas, healthcare,
Mm.
tech, software companies. We had like a jet case. It was like Uber, but for jets. You've just like all
Oh,
kinds of crazy different areas that you learn so much about. And
yeah.
that's what I really enjoy about the practice of bankruptcy law. But my role as general counsel for the diocese, but also for other companies, I think makes me better at both, right? Having that diversity makes you
Yeah.
a better lawyer and better able to issue spot and have that
Abs-
perspective
Yeah.
that can help your clients.
Yeah, I love that. Let's see. How can we talk a little bit about the American College of Bankruptcy or the ABC? How is your involvement with organizations like ABC or ACB or iWork shape your professional journey?
Sure. So I am a member of the American Board of Certification.
Uh-huh.
I was a board member for a while, and I've kind of taken a step back
Mhm.
with that because I am currently the chair of the business law section of the Florida Bar. That's about a 6,000 lawyer organization
Mhm.
that is, really dedicated to shaping the legal landscape in the state of Florida to make it as hospitable as possible for
Mhm.
businesses to headquarter and
Mhm.
create jobs in the state of Florida. So it's not just an insolvency
Mhm.
organization. It is, we have an M&A group, we have a blockchain and digital assets group, we
Yeah.
have a corporate group, we have a business litigation group, that kind of stuff. So I've
Yeah.
taken a step back from a lot of other organizations to focus on this one in particular
Mhm.
because I really enjoy it. But I also joined was very grateful to be invited to join the American College in 2024,
Yeah.
which is really kind of a dream and has always been a dream of mine that I think feel like I never said it out loud, but
Yeah.
the dream of mine. So I'm thrilled to be a part of that group as well.
Wonderful. I want to talk about pivoting and purpose. What's a pivot moment, professional or personal, that changed the way you approached your work or your life? If you can think of one. I know I'm putting you on the spot here.
Yeah. Um, I think a pivot moment is really a sad one for me. About 10 years ago, I lost my father very suddenly, and
Yeah.
he was 67 when he died. And he had kind of done everything
Yeah.
right by, all standards. He worked for the same company for 30 years. He
Mm.
retired on his 65th birthday, and he only had 2 years to enjoy it as it turned out.
Yeah.
And so for me, that was the moment where I said, I'm not going to wait to do the things I want to do until retirement.
Yeah.
So I take two very, very long, very big vacations every year
Yeah.
with my kids, with my husband, with my mom, with, my sister, friends, whatever it is, and really try to prioritize not only the rest of the rest period of vacation, but also just enjoying and should I save a little bit more money? Definitely. But I think it's more important to enjoy the moment because we're not promised tomorrow. And
Yeah.
so that's kind of shaped my entire view of my practice and my outlook on work. And I don't really like the term work-life balance, but
Yeah.
my
I don't either.
how I spend my time.
I love that. I'm getting the chills on this because so were you 35 when he died? Are you about 45, 35?
I'm 44.
Six,
Yes.
34. Yeah, same thing happened to me when I was 32. My dad died too. And I was like, oh my God.
Sorry.
Like you
It's
really,
not something you ever get over. Losing a parent is not something I'll
yeah,
never get over it.
right. But it does change how you view the world and how you operate your life. And I'm right there with you. We love vacations too. Like all my extra money goes
Mhm.
trips. So
Yep.
yeah. How do you define success at this stage in your career and life? Has that definition shifted over time?
Yeah. How do I define success?
We're kind of just alluding to that just now, I suppose.
Yeah, I think I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm a lawyer, I'm, a lot of different things. And I think that over the last probably decade, I've allowed myself some grace
Yeah.
to acknowledge that on some days I'm a great mom, and on some days I'm a great wife, and on some days I'm a great lawyer. But those
Yeah.
are not always on the same day, and they're rarely on the same day. And
Yeah.
that's okay. And so I think I just define success differently now. I, you know, Success this year for me is making sure that my freshman has a good transition from eighth grade to ninth grade in a new school, in a new environment with it's much more demanding. And if he's successful, then I'll feel that I'm, doing a good job with that. In my practice, I think, having the right balance of clients, making sure that I'm delivering on what I've promised, over delivering, under promising and over delivering
Yeah.
is how I define success for my clients. And being supportive to my law partners, right? I've worked with these people for 18 years
Yeah.
and their family too, a
Yeah.
lot of them. So, being there for them they need me is, I think, success for me.
I love that. Um, just on the business side, what would be one piece of advice you would give to a creditor in a Chapter 11 or any kind of distress situation? What would be one thing that comes to mind?
Um, you know, I was asked this on a different podcast, but on from the debtor side, and the advice that I gave is don't overestimate the power of bankruptcy, right? It is a place where you can consolidate your problems, but you still have them.
Yeah.
So you have to deal with them head on.
Mm.
And so for creditors, I would kind of say the other side of this, don't be so cavalier and bold about how bankruptcy is going to, forcing someone into bankruptcy is going to solve your problems.
Yeah.
You still have the same problems. You have the same collateral that you did the day before they filed. So be
Mhm.
realistic
Yeah.
about and be solution driven. And that is kind of
I
how
love
I run my practice.
I love that. Thank you. I want to I have these 10 rapid fire questions. Tell me something people, and we'll close it out here. I don't want to take too much of your time, but we could always do a part two. But tell me something people don't know about you.
I am half Peruvian. I speak Spanish and I consider myself to be Latin.
No way, that is awesome. One of my best friends is from Peru. My daughter's godfather. It's so cool. What do you do in your free time, and what brings you peace or joy?
I am a professional spectator for Chase Lieb, who is a sixth grade sports fanatic.
I love that. Okay. Um, well, do you have a favorite Netflix or streaming show?
I love sci-fi fantasy
Okay.
because I love to escape kind of anything that escapes reality. And right now I've been watching Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah. My kids, same thing. They're a little crazy about it.
Yep.
Um, what is the best vacation or bucket list trip you've taken or want to take?
This summer we're going to Japan, and I've never been to Asia, and so I am so excited about that. But I love to travel. That is my hobby.
Yeah.
We travel a lot, mostly internationally, and it brings me so much joy. I love culture shock.
Yeah.
I love to struggle
Yeah.
and like find my way around and figure it out and try to use Google Translate and learn the language, talk to people and so that's
I've done like 25 of these interviews, and that's why I love a lot of our colleagues. Like we all have this same, it's a common ground. And
yeah.
like Judge Gunn has been to like 50 countries or whatever. It's insane. I'm excited for your trip. My youngest daughter is Chinese and Korean actually. And I went to China for 15 days. And when I got, this is 7 years ago. So I'm excited. I can't wait to hear about your trip. It's going to be,
Yes.
I obviously came back with a human souvenir and she's super cute. So that was good. But what's the last song you listened to on your iPhone?
On my iPhone. Okay. It's called Danza Kuduro. It's
Eh,
no more. It's Latin like dance music.
I love it. I love it. And is there a favorite city or hidden gem that you've visited?
Hidden gem. Yes. I think that the most surprising place I've been that I loved was Ecuador.
Mhm.
Um, because I've been to Peru a million times because my family's from there, but I didn't think that I would enjoy Ecuador as much or that it would be as pretty as it is.
Very cool. I've never been there.
So I really enjoyed Ecuador.
I love that. And I just have four more questions at the Pivot Playbook. I
Mhm.
got all this off ChatGPT, by the way. ChatGPT totally helped me develop this podcast, which is it's so
Yeah,
cool.
work smarter, not harder.
Exactly. At the Pivot Playbook, we end each interview with 4 points. Name a pivot you're most proud of.
Okay, a pivot I'm most proud of. I think that would have to be motherhood.
Yeah, exactly. A practice that keeps you grounded.
Uh, I am a yoga
What kind of yoga?
practitioner.
What kind of yoga?
I do the Bikram yoga,
Oh,
but I like power flow yoga too.
how often do you do it?
I try to do every Sunday, but it depends to give
Yeah,
myself grace. There's a Sunday at 4 o'clock that I like to do.
and it is an hour and a half. Is it an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so the flow is an hour. Bikram is an
Uh,
hour and a half.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I do it too. But I haven't done Breaker in a long time, but I love it too. A principle that guides your decisions.
Um, would I be proud of this decision? Like it really is. Is this something like I could tell my mom
Yeah,
and I'll be proud of?
yeah. And last but not least, a person who's changed your trajectory.
I would think that is Judge Roberta Colton. She was my mentor
Okay.
for 8 years at Trenum and has continued to be my mentor or one of my mentors, but really the one who has affected my career the most in a wonderfully positive way.
I love that. I love that so much. I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you.